Coming up, the latest on the impeachment proceedings against President Donald Trump and how local congressmen are responding.
Plus, are there any changes planned for Penn State's football traffic plan to avoid problems like we saw at the last home game? And a lucky ticket worth big money sold at this Bellefonte store. The Center County Report starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Nicole Ambrish.
And I'm Erin Kemp. Thanks for joining us. State game wardens are searching for the person who dismembered a dead bear in western Pennsylvania. They released a photo, and we have to warn you, it's disturbing. The Game Commission says someone reported a bear was hit on State Route 8 in Venango County. That's north of Pittsburgh, about 2.5 hours from State College. A game warden arrived and found the bear's head and paws removed. They're asking if anyone has information about the incident, they should call the Game Commission or the Operation Game Thief Hotline at 1-888-PGC-8001. State College Police have issued a traffic advisory for later this week. Penn State's homecoming parade is set for Friday at 6 p.m. The parade route will be closed to traffic from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. Drivers may face delays and road closures in and around campus and College Avenue.
And possible traffic trouble is also on the minds of Penn State football fans for this Saturday's homecoming game. That's after long delays at the last home game against Pitt. Reporter Talia Torella is live in University Park with more on the story. Talia, will they make any changes for the traffic and parking plans for this Saturday?
That's the big question, but there's still no clear answer. Parking at Penn State home football games has been an issue for many fans this year. With another early kickoff and a big crowd this weekend, many are left wondering what to expect.
It's been almost 2 weeks since Penn State football fans fumed over this. Some fans blame the university's new traffic flow and parking system. Others said they also had problems starting with the first game of the season.
I sat in the car just waiting just to park my car for probably about, I think it was approaching 2 hours, like whenever I actually pulled into the actual lot.
A number of factors played into the frustration at the Pitt game, including 108,000 fans and an early noon kickoff. Penn State fan Vince Fiore says he believes there also needs to be more parking attendance after the game.
It's kind of a free-for-all, so like the first people that are like closest to the exit are the ones that get out first.
In our latest unscientific Twitter poll, about half of those responding think the traffic situation will remain the same this Saturday. About 36% say it'll be worse. Will any changes be made in time for the game? We asked SP Plus, the company that designed the new traffic plan. Penn State Athletics responded with this statement, quote, overall, the feedback on the traffic pattern and parking system has been positive, although we do recognize there are some individuals who feel they have been negatively impacted. During the 2-week break, we are revisiting with key operational stakeholders to be as thorough as possible before the next game.
The best advice for fans is to leave earlier than you normally would to give yourself extra time just in case. Live in University Park, I'm Talia Torella for the Center County Report.
Continuing to follow the latest in the impeachment proceedings against President Donald Trump. House Democrats subpoenaed Trump's lawyer Rudy Giuliani yesterday for documents as they ramp up investigations of the president's dealings with Ukraine. House committees are looking into Trump's alleged efforts to have Ukraine investigate Joe Biden and his family. Central PA Republican Congressman Glenn Thompson and Fred Keller have denounced the impeachment inquiry. All 9 of Pennsylvania's House Democrats support it.
Pennsylvania's top law enforcement officer has joined the governor in supporting the legalization of marijuana on a wider scale in our state. We asked some people in State College what they think about that. Governor Tom Wolf now says he is in favor of legalizing marijuana for recreational use in Pennsylvania. He says the state now has a wealth of knowledge from the experience in other states to guide it. Other top state Democrats, including the Attorney General, also support legalizing pot. Some people we talked with agree, citing more tax revenue and other economic benefits.
I think it'd be good for the state, honestly, because I'm from New Jersey, so we're already on that route. So the fact that he's gonna start the process, it would just help the economy overall.
In states where recreational marijuana is legal, like Colorado and Washington, better than expected sales have produced more tax revenue. Sales in North America grew 30% to $6.7 billion in 2016, and it is projected to increase to $20.1 billion by 2021, according to ArcView Market Research. Leaders of Pennsylvania's Republican-controlled legislature strongly oppose legalization, and some can understand why.
I mean, there's a whole, it's a gateway drug type of stigma around it. So, I mean, that's understandable, but I think, regardless of personal or, how you view it, I just think, for, the well-being of everyone, it's better for it to be, government regulated.
Governor Wolf changed his position since last December when he said the state was not ready. Currently, there are 11 states, as well as Washington, D.C., that have legalized the use of recreational marijuana, and Pennsylvania is hoping to join that growing list. Only 2 of those states passed legislation to legalize pot. Voters in 9 other states legalized it through referendums, which PA law does not allow. The Lieutenant Governor and Auditor General, who are also Democrats, say they also support legalizing marijuana.
The State College Police Department hopes the public can identify 3 people they call suspects in a distraction theft. Police say one of the suspects distracted the victims while another removed the victims' wallets. Later, the suspects went to several State College stores and used the victims' cash and credit cards to make purchases.
A local convenience store was part of a big payday for a Center County resident last week. Lincoln's Market in Bellefonte sold the winning ticket for last Monday's treasure hunt lottery draw. The ticket is worth more than $203,000 before taxes. The ticket matched all 5 of the numbers drawn: 9, 14, 15, 23, and 25. Store cashier Devin Anderson said employees were stunned to hear about the successful ticket.
Unbelievable, honestly. I would have never thought someone would have won that much money.
This isn't the first time someone has cashed in on their luck in Center County. The Bollesburg Mart sold a winning ticket in the Catch 5 lottery draw back in 2017, which was also a $200,000 winner. Lincoln's Market will receive a $500 bonus for selling the winner.
More warm weather is on the way this afternoon, but when will it feel more like fall? We have the 7-day forecast coming up.
And later in sports, we check in on Bellefonte High School football and State High volleyball. Also coming up, a popular event that'll have you bugging out. Find out what drew more than 2,000 people to this arena.
More than 2,000 kids and adults turned out over the weekend for a popular annual event at Penn State. It featured a lot of creepy, crawly bugs.
Nothing like some hissing cockroaches and big tarantulas to draw hundreds of families out to the Great Insect Fair at Penn State Snyder Ag Arena.
So far, we've gotten to look at the big bugs in the boxes, and my dad's in the nocturnal tent.
9-year-old Dylan enjoyed looking at the bugs, but he preferred the ones that weren't alive.
They look good, but if they were still alive, if they were on me, I would be kind of scared.
The Saturday event also showcased lots of bees and other displays for kids and their parents to check out. Activities here at the Great Insect Fair today include a butterfly tent, face painting, and even an insect deli where you can taste mealworms. Michael Skvarla is the organizer for the Great Insect Fair and says it can serve as a learning opportunity.
It's a great educational opportunity. People with kids especially, they'll learn a lot about insects, and it's just a great time to get out and learn something new.
Not only were there several different stations inside, but outside the arena there was a bee tent, cornhole, butterfly station, and food available as well. And kids weren't the only people who enjoyed the fair and got to experience new things.
I got to hold a hissing cockroach.
I held a tarantula. We ate bugs.
Yeah, we ate crickets. Well, you didn't eat a cricket.
Yeah, I just ate a mealworm.
The event also had an important message. The theme was Living Without Insects, which highlighted recent insect declines worldwide.
Happy October, everybody. One of my favorite months is finally here. I'm Casey Rigner with your forecast. Now, this has cleared up quite a bit since earlier today. It was a little bit more overcast outside. 75 degrees right now, and it's warming up fast with the west-southwest wind at 3 to 5 miles per hour. In central Pennsylvania right now, mid-70s, getting close to the 80-degree mark. What the southerly wind is going to do, it's going to bring in warmer temperatures from the south, already in the mid to upper 80s for parts of western Pennsylvania. Now, there's not much going on in our area, but that's a little bit different up in parts of New York State. Some showers and thunderstorms are continuing to fizzle out from the northeast. Now, by early tomorrow morning, a cold front is going to approach the state, and what that means is we're going to have increased chances for some showers and thunderstorms by tomorrow. Now this is tomorrow just around the noon hour, parts of Williamsport in the northeast. You may have some pop-up showers and storms. And then by the evening, just along Interstate 80, some more showers and storms as well as in the southeast. And when we're going to see the bulk of it is late tomorrow night into the early hours on Thursday. Those showers may linger because then by Thursday early, we're going to have a warm front, which means another threat for some rain by Thursday. 82 is our high today. It's going to be above average with those clouds continuing to decrease throughout the day with the southwest wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour. And what's interesting about this, 67 is going to be our low tonight, but that's actually our average high for this time of year. So we're going to remain above average over the next couple of days. 82 again for tomorrow with some showers and thunderstorms possible late. It may even be gusty from time to time with gusts up to 20 miles an hour possible. Now I mentioned Thursday, and that's when that warm front is going to come through 70 degrees, and then high pressure builds in just in time for the weekend. By Friday, it will be a little bit more seasonable, more fall-like, 60 degrees, and then by Saturday for the game day, it's our homecoming game against Purdue. It's going to be a great weekend to get outside. If you have some outdoor plans, you're going to be tailgating at Beaver Stadium. It's going to be the perfect weekend to do so.
That's what I like to hear. I love that kind of weather.
I'm glad there won't be any rain. And here's Maria Coyne with sports.
State High girls volleyball celebrates a big win, making them 8-0 in conference play. We'll take a closer look at them next in sports. Also coming up, high school football. We'll take you to Bellefonte for highlights of their game against Clearfield. Stay with us. We start with high school football. Bellefonte is still unbeaten in conference play after a big win on Friday night at home. I was there for the action.
The Bellefonte Red Raiders knocked off the undefeated Clearfield Bison 28-19 on Friday night at Rutgers Stadium. The stands were filled with loud and proud fans, including an alum who came back to show his support.
They are competitive, they have a good game, and it's fun to watch.
Bellefonte went up early, scoring and connecting on a 2-point conversion to make it 8-0 at the end of the first quarter. But the Bison bounced back with runs from Brett Zatoni and Logan Faransky. With only 4 seconds left in the half, Clearfield's Oliver Ballat found Nicholas D'Amico in the end zone to head into halftime with a 19-15 lead.
The back-and-forth scoring for both teams is making for a very competitive matchup between the undefeated Clearfield Bison and the 4-1 Bellefonte Red Raiders.
With 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter, Bellefonte's CJ Funk broke free on an 85-yard run and score to put the Raiders up 21-19. The senior finished the night with 128 rushing yards, which leaves him 75 yards shy of reaching 1,000 rushing yards on the season. The matchup was a crucial game for both teams, which are looking to secure a top spot in the Mountain League.
Very highly anticipated football game. Both teams come in undefeated. This is probably going to be for the Mountain League championship.
After Friday night's matchup, Bellefonte remains on top of the league standings at 5-1.
Go Red Raiders!
Reporting in Bellefonte, I'm Maria Coyne for the Center County Report.
The Red Raiders will take on Penns Valley in a conference matchup this Friday at home. And State College High is still unbeaten at 6-0 after a big win against Central Dauphin East on Friday. The Little Lions will soon enjoy the experience of a lifetime as they get to play at Beaver Stadium this month. The team's senior night game will be played on Penn State's home field on October 26th. The Mid-Penn Conference matchup against Cumberland Valley is billed as the Beaver Stadium Classic. Kickoff will either be at noon or 5 p.m. Tickets are $10 each. The 12th-ranked Nittany Lions are getting ready for their homecoming game this week after beating Maryland 59-0 in College Park on Friday night. Linebacker Jan Johnson got things rolling as he picked off Terrapin's quarterback Josh Jackson on Maryland's first drive of the game. Penn State's Sean Clifford ran the ball into the end zone on the team's first place from scrimmage, giving the visitors a lead they wouldn't relinquish. 3 first-half passing touchdowns by Clifford gave Penn State a 38-0 lead at halftime. He finished with 452 yards of total offense and 4 touchdowns. Journey Brown and Ricky Slade added rushing touchdowns, and backup quarterback Will Levis ran for 2 scores of his own in the fourth quarter. Penn State is back at home on Saturday against Purdue. The men's soccer team is back in action tonight at Michigan State. They're coming off a double overtime game against Michigan. Jerome Taylor has more.
Penn State men's soccer tied Michigan 0-0 in a defensive struggle on Friday at Jeffrey Field. It was the Nittany Lions' 6th straight game without a loss. But for the Penn State soccer team, this game has a different meaning as they play in honor of John William McKenzie Mac Brady. Mac Brady was 8 years old when he died in 2012 from a blood infection. Mac had aspirations of one day being a goalkeeper for the Nittany Lions, and when he passed, his parents established the Mac Brady Memorial Soccer Fund to help Penn State soccer's recruiting efforts, equipment, and other needs. The team now plays an annual game in his honor.
It's really important to us to honor Mac's dream. I'm fortunate enough to be able to live that dream every single day and being a goalkeeper here at Penn State.
The defensive efforts and goalkeeping of both teams was the story of the game, as Penn State goalkeeper Josh Levine saved 7 shots. Coach Jeff Cook believes matches like these are what makes the Big Ten great.
Well, as ever, in Big Ten men's soccer, it's a battle to the end, and no different tonight with a double overtime game. So I'm extremely proud of the way our players responded. I thought Michigan were better in the first half probably than we were, and I thought our second half response was great.
At Jeffrey Field, I'm Jerome Taylor for the Center County Report.
Penn State is now 4-1-2 overall, 1-0-1 in conference play. Penn State volleyball heads to Wisconsin tomorrow to face the Badgers after sweeping Rutgers on Saturday night at Rec Hall. Reporter Carolyn Sistran has the story.
Penn State volleyball snatched its second conference win on Saturday at Rec Hall, sweeping Rutgers in 3 sets. The Nittany Lions dominated on the offensive front with a .315 hitting percentage compared to Rutgers' 91. The Nittany Lions took the first set convincingly 25-15. The second set proved to be the toughest challenge, with Penn State winning 25-20. The Lions regained their confidence in the third set, taking it 25-14 and sweeping the Scarlet Knights.
I thought we controlled the ball a little bit better. We didn't make as many foolish errors, but Rutgers is a big team, and we hit a lot of balls into the blob, so we have to be a little bit better about that.
Penn State's performance was thanks in part to their young roster stepping up and contributing in big ways. Sophomore Serena Gray had 8 kills and hit for 583 on the night. Johnny Parker continues to impress and finished her night with 12 kills and 2 service aces. Caitlin Horde added 7 kills.
Head coach Russ Rose said that he was glad he was able to rotate so many freshmen and sophomores into Saturday's match. However, his focus is shifting now to Wednesday as they hit the road to take on the Wisconsin Badgers in Madison.
It's a totally different situation, playing at home versus playing in front of 8,000 people on the road. So we'll have to clean some things up, and that's part of sports, is seeing how players are going to handle the different situations, and I think that'll be a good test for the younger players.
In University Park, I'm Carolyn Sistran for the Center County Report.
The Nittany Lions are currently riding a 3-game win streak. Headed over to high school volleyball now, State College is still unbeaten in conference play this season. Reporter Samantha Rank was at their recent match against Redland.
The Little Lions took on Redland in State College Thursday night. The Lions had a strong start, winning the first set 25-9, with Casey Segunda one of the key players. They continued the momentum into sets 2 and 3 and swept Redland 3-0. Segunda proved to be a key player in the second set, putting the Little Lions on the board. Number 14 Jackie Gordon also made her mark on the court with a dig that gave the Lions another point. The third set produced similar results, with Segunda scoring early. The team went on to build a steady lead for the remainder of the third set. Senior Kate Lachendro applauded her teammates' efforts.
There's a lot of girls that have come in. They've made big strides in this year, and we have a lot of potential for the upcoming years.
Despite the Little Lions remaining undefeated, head coach Chad Waite says the team has a long way to go if it hopes to achieve its goals by the end of the season.
I thought we did a good job of doing what we had to do. We just talked about some goals. So they have some things in mind to shoot for, so we're hopeful that they carry forward.
In State College, I'm Samantha Rank for the Center County Report.
The team traveled to Chambersburg last night, where they won to stay unbeaten in conference play. They are now ranked 9th in the state. That's all for sports. Now back to you at the anchor desk.
Thanks, Maria. Next, we'll give you an inside look on what it takes to be the Nittany Lion. That's after the break. Penn State fans see the Nittany Lion mascot at every game and around campus. He's the face of Nittany Nation, but have you ever met him? His identity is a well-kept secret, but we caught up with the man behind the mask. He told us all about the hard work that goes into it, His routines can take up to 6 weeks of practice, but he says it's all worth it.
The experience when you're on the 50-yard line, controlling 110,000 voices with your fingertips when we do what's called crowd control, that's exhilarating.
Up soon for the next Nittany Lion mascot. There's an information session on campus October 6th at 7 p.m. in the multi-sport complex. You can show up and get some info about applying to become the next Lion. Would you ever be trying out to be the Lion?
Sounds like a lot of work. 6 weeks for a routine?
I don't know. I think that would be so fun. I think I would do it. Too bad I'm a senior. That's okay.
That's all for today's newscast. You can find more of our stories on our website, centercountyreport.com.
And you can follow us anytime for breaking news on our Twitter feed. That's at Center County REP or on our Facebook page. We also have the Center County Report Instagram. Join us for our next newscast on Friday. Have a great day.
We hope you enjoyed watching the video. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you did.
For the rest of our newscasts and featured stories, click here.
And for sports, click here. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.